Hi there, so I'm walking to a Tate Modern, and I appreciate that when this video goes up the exhibit will be down, but it's for the AIDS Memorial Quilt. I realised it's only showing on the 12th of June up until literally the 16th, so not much time. Today is the only day. I'm on the Saturday that I've actually got time to be able to go and pop by and see it. So I'm going to have a look at this famous, meaningful quilt, especially for a queer person myself, and actually the history and the text that actually has behind it. And I'm gonna basically have this as a special video and let's have a look together. And if you like, subscribe, got any comments, if you know where the video is, not video, sorry, but where the quilt's going next, leave comments for other viewers to know and maybe they'll be able to see it as well. Thanks for watching. So going into a Turbine Hall now, which you saw a bit at the entrance, I was looking at first of all the company quilts, and what I mean by companies, it was like these organisations like London Lighthouse and other ones that were clearly done by areas and stuff supporting people through this pandemic. And I was looking at this one first of all, and I was looking at the little boxes on the side where it's all of a sudden showed me that it was actually support, tea, coffee, and then I just clicked, this is to represent a condom here. And then I re-looked at the figure of the lighthouse. Yes, naive of me, I know. And then as I did that, I clicked at 1997, and I just thought I would have been literally jumping around to the Spice Girls at this point, and just being a kid, and this was all going on. It was a weird experience because there are certain things that people I've interned for in the past and worked with, I could imagine them being my age now, going through this situation and seeing all their friends around them dying. I could imagine it just being how scary it is on the news and everything. I'm just looking at this one here with the cats and certain little bits here, which I'll go into more detail in a moment. But what I quite liked is you had that what looked like Bella Freud next to somebody who I don't think was known, and well, not known, but like a famous person. And this particular quilt grabbed my attention because it had Libra sign on it, Kate Bush cats, and it just felt like I would probably be friends with this person. And I found it really sad reading this one and just going around the space. That was Charlie Porter, who would have just saw the author as well as actually organiser of getting this with the AIDS Quilt Foundation to actually be showing at the Tate. This particular piece I'm zooming into is Bella Freud, and I was just going back to saying it. So this one was Robert Fraser, and he was an art dealer, and apparently he was one of the first people to be known publicly to die of this. And it was interesting because they put people like that. The Buffalo one, which I could see in, there was Nina Cherry around, and then there was other people who were like mothers and sisters. And when you read this, it just shows how it affects everybody. And the pins, I wish we was in the day for this to be unpinned and it to be removed. There was people like Keith Haring, and I was looking for Robert Mapplethorpe's quilt beforehand because I love Haring, as you may know from previous videos of mine, but also Robert Mapplethorpe is an author I like. And I didn't expect, well, I thought I'd find them, but there were so many quilts, it was so overwhelming. I missed it until I was doing this edit, and I was like, oh, that was the quilt. I actually looked at that but didn't process it. And even going back on this edit, that's what I was just trying to say beforehand, I found like my emotions and my brain was scrambled because each one of the quilts was designed as the size of a tombstone, to be quite honest. And this was people taking a space where a Turbine Hall felt monumental for it. It felt like the right space for the size. It felt like a cathedral or something. And it was really interesting to see younger people who didn't live through this pandemic or know these people being affected by this, seeing how they engaged with it, why people well known and public just engage with it. Some people carried, some people not so much, and some people you could see personally affected. There was tears. I was one of them, and I was not personally affected, but just being in that presence and walking around with people in a slow momentum where it was. This is it at a whole, so you can really see the scale of this. The sheer scale is amazing. And in a moment, the London Gay Choir are going to come on, and I'm going to leave them to sing us out. And here they are. And I just think this was a really beautiful experience. I'm glad I got to witness.